Because Republicans can't get enough of looking at Hunter Biden's dick pics, they convened a hearing Wednesday to investigate Twitter's handling of the whole laptop incident. This was when the New York Post published a story weeks before the 2020 election alleging that Hunter and Joe Biden were involved in a Ukrainian corruption scheme. The evidence for it was contained in a laptop Hunter left at a repair shop that was then handed over to Rudy Giuliani. The laptop also contained a bunch of pictures of Hunter partying, doing drugs, and sometimes being naked. Twitter reacted to the story by blocking links to it, deeming that it violated Twitter's policy of dissemination of hacked information. The company was still spooked by allegations that it helped spread alleged Russian disinfo during the 2016 election, and it overreacted. Former Twitter executives admitted during the hearing that they made a mistake. But if Republicans hope to establish some sort of political bias at the social media company, or that Democrats use the force of government and law enforcement agencies to pressure Twitter to censor political enemies and embarrassing information, well, they failed. Because it soon became apparent that Donald Trump himself received preferential treatment from Twitter, and that he actually tried to use the power of the White House to censor tweets he didn't like. In this case, a Chrissy Teigen post insulting him, which marks probably the first time in history that this phrase was said during a House committee hearing.
Would you like me to give the direct quote?
Yeah.
Please excuse my language. This is a direct quote, but Chrissy Teigen referred to Donald Trump as a pussy ass bitch.
Okay. Free speech.
Yes, the Donald Trump White House reached out to Twitter to have that tweet removed. The thinnest skinned president in U.S. history. Later, here was Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez questioning a member of Twitter's safety policy team at the time, Annika Collier-Navaroli, about how the company handled President Trump's tweets.
Donald Trump publicly incited, violence at a rally, targeting 4 congresswomen, including myself, saying, "Go back to where you came from." Ms. Navaroli, as I understand it, you were the most senior member of Twitter's content moderation team, or a senior member of Twitter's content moderation team when this was posted. As part of your responsibilities, did you review this tweet?
Yes, it was my team's responsibility to review these tweets.
And what did you conclude?
My team, Ray, made the recommendation that for the first time we find Donald Trump in violation of Twitter's policies and use the public interest interstitial.
For the first time?
Yes.
And at the time, Twitter's policy included a specific example when it came to banned abuse against immigrants, as they specifically included the phrase, "go back to your country," or go back to where you came from, correct?
Yes, that was specifically included in the content moderation guidance as an example.
You brought this up to the Vice President of Trust and Safety, Del Harvey, correct?
I did, yes.
And she overrode your assessment, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
And something interesting happened after she overrode your assessment. A day or two later, Twitter seemed to have changed their policies, didn't they?
Yes, that trope, "go back to where you came from," was removed from the content moderation guidance as an example.
So Twitter changed their own policy after the president violated it in order to potentially accommodate his tweet?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to make a case that a company is biased against Republicans when it's going out of its way to change its own safety rules to accommodate the Republican president of the United States. But really, this isn't a partisan thing. Twitter is a company that seeks to make a profit, and part of that means having close relations with powerful politicians and other capitalist interests. All these stories show is that the elite had far more influence behind the scenes at a website that was supposed to democratize the discourse. I'm sure there are many viewers who face harassment, who've encountered vile, racist, sexist, transphobic stuff, notified Twitter, and then nothing happened. Or they've had their own account nuked for no good reason and had no recourse to get it back. But the powerful, they have Twitter on speed dial, direct access to executives. As Carlin said, it's a big club and you ain't in it, no matter how good your tweets are.